What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video. Today we're going to be looking at some NHL trade rumors from Specters Hockey for December 5th, 2019. Now, there's a little bit of everything in here, so make sure if you want to go read it, it's linked down below, but I always give my opinion on it. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. Let's waste no more time. Let's get right into this. So basically, we've been updating this a little bit throughout the channel whenever I do these rumor videos recently to do with Taylor Hall. Now, basically, Elliot Friedman is reporting from 31 Thoughts that the Taylor Hall talks are continuing to heat up because the Devils are not in a position where they feel like Taylor Hall is going to stick around and sign a long-term deal, or, you know, they kind of have to have an answer by the trade deadline, which it doesn't look like they're going to get. So basically, the Devils GM Ray Shero has informed teams that he's wanting multiple picks and NHL-ready prospects. This is what it says here, that he's seeking first-round picks, so keep in mind that's plural, including conditional options. So like if Taylor Hall signed with that team long-term, they would receive like another first or maybe a second or something else. I'm sure there would be a ton of different conditions that they would be looking at. Shero also wants high-level NHL-ready prospects. So again, plural. So we're going to see a mix of those two things more than probably more than any other offers. I don't believe that teams that are contending right now would want to give up like an NHL player that's currently in their top six because, of course, they want to keep competing. So there's been a lot of teams that have been interested, but a lot of focus recently has been put on the Colorado Avalanche. So basically what it says here is there's a lot of focus on the Avalanche as a trade partner. They think they can win now and have lots of defensive prospects to tempt the Devils, which they do. They have a ton of different things that they can use. They also have cap space. People have been messaging me saying, oh, the Avs have to worry about this contract, this contract. Those are to worry about down the line. If you have a chance to win now, you do it, and then you mold your roster around that. Plus, they do have money, and the cap continues to go up. I think that they can make this happen and sign Taylor Hall long term if that was part of the part of the deal or whatever. But several teams believe the Arizona Coyotes can make a serious attempt, which I honestly can't see, while the Dallas Stars and St. Louis Blues could be among the suitors. Friedman feels the Edmonton Oilers might be interested, but they could be unwilling to meet the Devils' asking price. Now, I just don't think the Oilers have what it takes to get that deal done, just because I don't think that the Oilers should go ahead and make this deal happen right now, especially if Taylor Hall becomes a free agent and he doesn't end up signing with the team that he gets traded to. I think that they could take a run at him in free agency and trying to lure him back in there, because if they give up all these prospects and picks and stuff like that and it doesn't work out, like, you know, it kind of didn't work out before, but they didn't really have the best team, I guess, built. Like right now it's not even that great, but they're playing really well. But Taylor Hall's a different player now. But I would just hate for them to fall back into that pit of not being a great team, and then they lose out on all those picks and prospects, plus they lose out on keeping Taylor Hall long term. So if I was to give my opinion, I definitely would put Colorado towards the top. I still feel like there's some reason that Montreal could be involved in this somehow. But Montreal has some other rumors coming into here that I'm going to talk about. The Blues are interesting because it even says here in the Specters no, and I think it's common sense for hockey fans. The Blues have a very good team again this year. They've got a solid goaltender, they've got a solid forward group, solid defensemen, a good staff around them, and they could really be gunning for this again. And with a move like Taylor Hall, we're really talking about a back-to-back situation, kind of like the Pittsburgh Penguins. Lots of talent, lots of grit, lots of goaltending, and great support staff. So I would keep my eye on those teams, specifically the Blues, the Avalanche, who are probably in the driver's seat right now. And I still got this weird outside feeling that Montreal, with the picks and prospects and NHL-ready prospects that they have, that they could go in there at the last second and make something happen. But people might think I'm nuts because Montreal hasn't been playing good lately, but watch out for them. Considering they're also in a lot of other rumors. So it says here that the Canadiens are taking a look at some defensemen. First, Los Angeles Kings defenseman Alec Martinez, who is good on both sides of the ice, more defensive oriented than anything else. He has a wrist injury right now, so they're going to have to circle back to that and see if he's healthy when he comes back. There was also some Shane Gothisbehere rumors, but those were shut down by Elliot Friedman. So the Spectre's note here says that Martinez is signed through to next season with a affordable $4 million cap hit, which is fair for a defenseman of his caliber. He's able to put up some points, but he is a sound defensive guy, kind of like Jake Muzzin was before, and obviously now he's a Maple Leaf. I would say Muzzin's probably the better option, but Martinez is very good. The Gothisbehere rumors, Friedman could be referring to this one. Martin McGuire of Montreal's 98.5 FM claims the Habs and Flyers are in discussions regarding the puck moving defenseman. So I'm not sure if it's completely gone. Like, I guess there's like some conflicting reports, but the Gothisbehere move would be kind of weird because you probably wouldn't have to give up as much. But at the same time, he hasn't showed the real potential that he still carries. Like, he still has that upside that he's had earlier in his career, and he's still a younger guy. Like, it's not like he's like, oh, it's a pressure now, you got to get something done. But the Flyers need him to be better too, because the Flyers have a pretty solid team this year. So they're in a tough spot as well. But look out for those two guys. We'll have to see if maybe those guys are options for the Habs. They've been, trying to make something happen. Marc Bergevin has to try to make something happen here, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does something very soon. Now, there's also some scattered reports here in regards to certain players like Sam Bennett. This is a completely new rumor, nothing linked to Montreal, although they are part of this. Basically, I guess Sam Bennett was involved in some trade rumors, which he has been in the past. He's had that time where he wasn't really living up to expectations, but he's got his role now. The club has laughed off lowball offers. Apparently, the Ducks, Canadians, and Predators have all attempted to acquire him at one point, but there's nothing happening there. Apparently, the Flames want to hold on to him. They like how versatile he is and the way that he can play in different situations. He can play a little bit of a rough game too. Friedman also is talking about the Los Angeles Kings. Again, a lot of this is coming from 31 Thoughts, but Spectre's Hockey puts stuff together, which is really good. Basically, he's saying keep an eye on the Kings. Besides Kopitar and Doughty. So, guys like Toffoli, Martinez, like was mentioned earlier, those guys could be guys that gets moved on from. Kopitar and Doughty, the Kings want to hold on to them because they still are producing for them, and it helps them sell tickets, guys. You got to remember, this is a business at the end of the day. The Buffalo Sabres have a surplus of defensemen, while the Hurricanes remain in the market for a top 9 forward. A rival GM predicts the Blues still think they can win again, like I said. And meanwhile, things have calmed down in Minnesota as the Wild have surged in recent weeks. So a bunch of different teams trying to go after different things. So the Kings might be open for business besides their top two, main pieces. So basically, Tyler Toffoli could be an option. Martinez, like I said before, and then Quick, Carter, Dustin Brown. Those guys, you have to keep an eye on. Those guys could get moved on from. But their contracts are really expensive, so I can't see it happening, especially Quick at this point. It's just not working out for him. The Blues, like I mentioned, they could go for it. Taylor Hall probably in that mix. That would be a huge move. Now, the Oilers, last thing here is the Oilers were talking to clubs before the RFA deadline. Of course, Honka and Puljujarvi didn't move because they had to be traded and signed before December 1st, or else now they have to play other places. But Puljujarvi's been playing in Finland and doing quite well. So apparently they were talking to the Rangers, the Blues, and Lightning regarding a trade and a swap between their team and Puljujarvi with the Oilers. Freeman believes they discussed Elias Anderson deal with the Rangers, which to me, I'm not really sure how that deal really sides the Rangers too much unless they like. I like Puljujarvi and I like Elias Anderson, but I'm not sure where both their ceilings are. That's the tough thing with that one. But they couldn't agree on a deal, so we'll have to see what happens. You have to imagine that Puljujarvi is going to be traded from the Oilers in the offseason. He didn't want to come back and play for this Oilers team that has done really well to start the year, which surprises me because he might have found himself with some good minutes just to see if he can boost his team even more. But you have to imagine the Oilers are going to move on from him, and it even says that in the Spectre's note here that they're going to have to. There's no sense in keeping a guy around that doesn't want to be there. So lots of different rumors here. There's a lot of different players that could be involved in some big trades coming soon. Guys, it's December, but it's going to come quick. Teams are going to be looking to, try to solidify their spot right away. I'm surprised the Bruins aren't in on any of these guys, because the Bruins are just killing it right now. And if they add another big name to that roster, like we're talking like they could it could be a cakewalk for them. Like I honestly think the Bruins are like one of the heavy favorites to win the cup this year. Some people think I'm ridiculous for saying that. I don't know how you can watch these guys and not think that. Like Pastrnak might score 50 in like what 50 something games. Like the guy is just going nuts. It's crazy. But anyways, if you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe. Love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys as always, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. Peace.